Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. What's up, YouTube fam? This your boy Maximus Decimus coming to you live with another pro tips video, and this one is going to be focused around poise. So let's jump right in. Well, when it comes to poise, we're going to take a look back first at Dark Souls 1 and kind of how the mechanics used to work and how poise actually did work. So in Dark Souls 1, right here, you see me with this guy. We're going back and forth. I'm gonna slow the footage down a little bit. You see, when I get hit, I flinch back. So every time he hits me, I flinch back. I can't do any actions while he's hitting me. And that's gonna be essentially what poise used to be. So here you're gonna see that I had 0 poise, and now I have 26 poise. So I go back to the same type of enemy. Just to, you know, get a feel. The way poise used to work, it used to be determined by a point system. Say a weapon did 20 poise and you had 26 poise resistance, then you could take a hit before you would actually get your guard broken, or you would be staggered. So right here again, you see now that I have 26 poise. I'm taking a couple of licks before I move initially at all. I don't flinch or anything. It just absorbs the blows basically. And so that's the whole purpose of poise, is you're kind of like, the heavier the armor, the more poise you have. The more poise you have, then the more blows that you can take, but it makes you slower. Right? And so it's a trade-off type of thing, and it makes the game balanced. And in Dark Souls 2, it was poise was there, but it was a little different. So you see, I poised through all these hits. You had to be doing an action in Dark Souls 2. Well, when it comes to poise in Dark Souls 3, there is really only one true way to poise. And that is either by using iron flesh, or by making yourself a rock with Havel shield. And in this, you'll see with these 2 spells on or whatever, that poise works exactly the same as it does in Dark Souls 1. There's absolutely no difference whatsoever. So if you put on iron flesh, if you're getting hit, if I'm absorbing a blow, I can just spam R1 or R2. I can roll away. I can do anything. I can cast a spell, and it's not gonna matter as long as I have iron flesh on. I'll still be able to do the action and complete it all the way through, unless they hit me enough times to where that meter goes up in your poise to where it actually caps that. So like I said, you'll see in the demonstration right here that poise in Dark Souls 3 has absolutely nothing to do with your armor. Period. Nothing. So I take off all my clothes to fight this dude, and you'll see I have on iron flesh, and it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It raises my poise so high that I won't get stunned, period. And see, in Dark Souls 2, poise was a little bit harder to kind of like use and calibrate, because if you were swinging, you had to be so many frames into the action. You had to really be doing something. You couldn't be standing still and have 200 poise, because if you were standing still and had 200 poise, then you would still be stun locked by a dagger on the first hit. Whereas in Dark Souls 1, and how I initially thought they were gonna go back to that style where it doesn't matter as long as you have high poise, then you won't get staggered, period. I thought that's how they were gonna go back to it. So another example is right here. You see the highest poise that I could get in the game, and that's full Havels. It's 73 poise, and that's full Havels. with the giant, with the Yorm the giant shield, and then the Lothric spear, because that gives you poise. And then I have on the wolf ring +2, and I came up with 73 poise. So if you see me going back and forth with this guy, and all he has is a dagger, and he stun locks me, but then when I put on Iron Flesh, it's the exact same as the first video, which was Dark Souls 1, where I don't move while I'm getting hit, and I can do whatever motion I want to do. But then you go to me with no Iron Flesh on, and I'm gonna get stun locked even though my poise is extremely high. And one thing about poise in Dark Souls 3 is it seems to be present for the enemies but not for the player. In Dark Souls 3, you'll see many times you'll do a charge attack R2 and you'll knock down enemies that have on cloth armor or light armor, whereas enemies that have on heavy armor, you won't essentially knock them down with a charged R2 from a great weapon. Say like the Black Knights in the Unattended Graves. So I hope this helped you guys out with poise. It's not really a mystery, it's just not active. You saw for yourself, it's not in Dark Souls 3. So anyway, I just want to thank you guys for all the love I've been getting on my channel. I really appreciate the love that I've seen from my lure videos and now my pro tip videos. I really appreciate the support. Thank you guys, and until next time, Umbasa.